Earlier this month, I was outside playing baseball with my dad when I had the idea, would it be possible to play baseball in vanilla Minecraft? So I got to thinking, got to planning, consulted a friend, and realized it's actually not that hard to play baseball in vanilla Minecraft. By using vanilla mechanics and just simple stuff that's been added to the game, we can make a working baseball game. And I was like, oh, let's make a video about this, right? That'd be so cool. I can make a video, maybe start this whole new thing of making sports in Minecraft. That'd be so cool. But I was like, I'll wait and I'll make this video whenever I have more subscribers and more people will watch and more people will care. But then the man, the myth, the legend himself, Bdubs, posted a video on how he made tennis in vanilla Minecraft. And that was so cool to watch. He used mechanics that I was going to use and that I used in my baseball game. He did all sorts of that stuff. It was awesome. So I was like, let's make the video. Let's hop on this train while we still can and ride along and see where it takes us, right? If this goes nowhere and we get 2 views, cool. We did it and we had fun. That's all that matters. So without further ado, this is baseball in Minecraft. Before we get to talking too much about the redstone, how about I explain the basic rules of this baseball? Baseball is usually played on a field in the shape of a diamond. There's a pitcher and a batter. The pitcher's job is to throw the ball. And whenever he throws the ball, it becomes the batter's job to hit the ball. After the batter hits the ball, he runs the bases and must touch every base. And what I use to signify that the player has touched the base is a redstone lamp. So that way every time he hits the base, the light turns on, signifying that he has touched the base. So their job is to run the bases. They must go to first, to second, and all the way to third. If they get out, they're out. If they get touched by the ball, they're out. If the base gets touched by the ball, they're out. Whenever they get home, they score their team a point. 3 strikes, you're out. 3 outs, the team switch positions. That's the basics of baseball. If you'd like to learn more, you should watch the Disney short, How to Play Baseball with Goofy. But now we get to do how I made this to work in Minecraft. So for baseball, you need something that you can throw and something that you can hit. One thing that you can throw is snowballs, and another thing that you can hit is gassed fire charges. But you can't throw a gas fire charge, and you can't hit a snowball. So there's got to be a perfect in-between medium. But thankfully, with the Tricky Trials update, they added the breeze ball, or the wind charge, whatever you want to call it. But they added the wind charge. And this allowed us to throw an object, and you can also hit it and deflect it. So that works perfect as our baseball. And we'll show how that works in a little bit over there. So you need a hit, and that's simply used as a wooden sword. It might look like a cricket bat, but it'll be our bat for today. You can also use a stick, a blaze rod, a bleeze rod, a bleeze rod. You can use a stick, a breeze rod, or a blaze rod, whatever one you want as well. So we're going to take a second, and I'm going to show you how all of this works. But before that, I'm going to remove this just so we don't spoil what's about to happen next. Inside that dispenser is all of our wind charges. So what we're going to do is we're going to push the button to mimic the pitching, and we hit it. As you can see, it wasn't a very good hit because it just hit the ground. So we'll try again. We'll hit it, and that one was a pretty good hit. So as you can see, it does work, and the ball will come, and you'll hit the ball. But whenever the batter becomes the runner and he's running the bases, how is he supposed to get out, right? Do the players just hit him? Does he have to stand on the base before they get to the base? How do we do that? So in actual baseball, the ball doesn't explode most of the time. So we need a second ball, which is where the calibrated sculk sensor comes in. We can calibrate the sculk sensor to where it only picks up wind charges being knocked away. And that is done with setting the book to page 11. And there's a simple setup. I use the Minecraft wiki to figure out all of this. So if you'd like to check it out, you can. I'm sure there's tutorials on YouTube, but this is not a tutorial on how to use a calibrated sculk sensor. Because quite frankly, I have no idea how they work. I just knew that this would work. So what's going to happen is we're going to see this light turn on after we hit the ball. So we're going to push the button, and I broke the redstone instead of hitting it. But as you can see, it exploded, so it did pick it up. So we hit the ball, and as you can see, the light turned on. We can do it again, the light turns on again. We can do it again, and the light turns on again. Right, so it's picking up us hitting the wind charge, allowing us to send a redstone signal of 11 to this lamp, which means that if we hook this up down here, oh, not down there, that if we hook this up down to here, we can send a redstone signal to dispensers, which they're right here, and they're filled with snowballs. So what we're going to be doing is we'll have this represent the pitch, because my friends are unable to pitch to me at the moment. So we'll have the pitch come at us, and we'll show off how whenever we hit the ball, snowballs will pop up from the ground, and the outfield will use them to get rid of the runner. You can hit him with a snowball, you can hit him directly with the snowball, you can throw him at him, you can touch the base before he touches the base with the snowball. All of that fun stuff. So here we go. We'll have the pitch come to us. That was a bad pitch, and we technically get a base, so snowballs do pop up, so you can just get rid of those though. So we have the pitch, we hit it, it was a fair ball, so we're able to run the bases. And all of that was thanks to the calibrated sculk sensor. So let's say, for example, this is the runner. We can throw a snowball at him, or we can hit him with a snowball, if we're able to. And he would be out. At the end of the batting, all the snowballs will have to be thrown away, because that's technically an unfair advantage. But whatever. You can make your own rules, have your own things, have a home run derby, do whatever you want to with this. This is just a simple idea that I had that I thought I'd share with everybody. You can probably upgrade this. One thing that I would definitely upgrade is the dispensers, and I would make it to where it would randomly throw out a snowball, to where all of these aren't always throwing out a snowball, and maybe this one will throw a snowball twice every 5 times, and this one will throw out every 5 times, and this one like once every 5, once every 10, right? And you can make all that stuff with hopper clocks or whatever fun redstone stuff. But that's one thing I like about this, is that it actually doesn't involve that much redstone. So it's really simple, really easy to build. I hope you understood. And one thing that I forgot to mention, that I should probably mention really quick, is that a calibrated sculk sensor will pick up whenever you step on a pressure plate. Whenever you step off a pressure plate, actually, sorry. So every time you step off the pressure plate, a snowball will dispense. And you can simply fix that by placing a piece of wool underneath. But yeah, that is baseball in Minecraft. It works. There are some flaws, some areas that probably need cleaned up and picked up, but I'll leave that up to you guys, right? You guys can edit this, you can tweak it however you want, make it your own game, make it fun for you, make it fun for your friends. Also, these pieces of bamboo aren't important, they're just representing the foul pole in baseball. But before we end the video, I'd like to challenge the man, the myth, the legend himself, Bdubs. I challenge Bdubs to a game of baseball. You build your team, I'll build my team, and we'll have at it. Our teams will play each other in baseball. It would be kind of fun. And after that, I will 1v1 you in tennis. Bdubs, if you're watching this for some reason, I challenge you to a game of baseball and a game of tennis. Accept if you want to, decline if you're scared. We'll see how this goes. But thank you guys very much for watching, and have a beautiful day.